Hey guys, welcome to Nate and Greg's World. Today on this episode, we are going to be talking about censorship and cancel culture. The liberal government of Justin Trudeau, they tried putting this in place a while ago there about the whole censorship on the internet and stuff like that, and it didn't quite fly. He's been pushing for it though ever since. And just recently, while everybody else is distracted with everything else that's going on right now, all the rioting, the looting, the new country of Chaz
coming up,
stuff like that. Apparently, he's pushing for it again, trying to go and censor the internet for stuff that he doesn't like, and that's basically what it is.
Goes against his agenda.
Yeah, goes against his agenda.
Anything that makes sense that goes against his agenda.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and they're trying to say, oh no, it's just to stop the spread of misinformation. Really? Then why are we not canceling all media? All media, left, right, I don't care. Cancel all media, because let's face it, they've been going and doing a wonderful job of stirring the pot, putting out misinformation all the time when they're like, oh, we're here to report the truth. Fuck you. You're here for fucking numbers and ratings. That's what you're here for. And there's a prime example of it, as far as I'm concerned anyways. We've had the situation that all kicked off with George Floyd's murder. And ever since, almost everywhere I'm looking, it's more police brutality, people being killed by the cops, and more and more and more and more. There's so many stories that are coming out right now. And the interesting part is there's no facts involved. It's all based on ramping up the feelings. Okay, the feelings of look at this, you know, we got to hate on cops because all they're here to do is kill people. And the biggest example that I can see right now is the shooting that happened in Atlanta at the Wendy's. Oh, by the way, the Wendy's is now on fire, which makes no sense because the cops already been fired. The police chief has gone and stepped down and stuff like this. I'm thinking it's because he just doesn't want to deal with the bullshit anymore.
Would you?
No, fuck no. I there's no way.
No.
There's no way.
No.
But that makes a lot of sense. Burn down the Wendy's that this guy was shot at. Congratulations. You're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of people saying, oh my God, what happened there with that Atlanta shooting was just absolutely horrible. Yes, it is horrible when someone loses their life. But you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. And I'm coming right out and fucking saying this because you watch the actual full video, see what the fuck's going on, and you're going to see that two cops came up. It would start off with the one, found this guy sleeping in his car in the middle of the parking lot, like not even a parking spot, in the middle of the parking lot. Took him a while to actually wake him up. They open up the door and he can smell alcohol coming out of the car.
Right.
Okay. He goes and gets the car moved over to an actual parking spot. Comes up and he's talking to him for a while. Backup arrives, right, to provide support for this officer. And they're sitting there, they're talking, they do some field sobriety tests and stuff like this, and everything's going along just fine. Okay. The cops are talking nicely. This guy's talking nicely, but he's still slurring his words. Okay. Not doing real well with the field sobriety test, even though he said that he's only had like one drink, right? Mm-hmm. Well, when you're passed out in the middle of a parking lot, okay, cool.
That's the Baconator from Wendy's, not the alcohol.
Yes. Well, maybe.
You know how you feel after eating a Baconator? Come on, you're ready to fucking pass out too.
Maybe the double Baconator, but but they go and they end up determining, yeah, listen, you know, we're going to have to, you know, detain you and, you know, basically we're going to take you back and we're going to get full testing done, all this good stuff. So they go to try to put the cuffs on him. As soon as they go to put the cuffs on him, That's when the suspect gets aggressive and starts fighting both cops. He's tossing both cops around as they're trying to take him down now at this point. Okay.
Yeah, because he knows he's fucked.
He knows he's absolutely fucked. And apparently he also had warrants out. I can't confirm that, but he did have some warrants out and shit like this. But he's fighting and fighting and fighting. And then he goes and manages to wrestle the taser away from one of the cops, right? Because the cops are like, trying to tase him, non-lethal force to go and stop him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. He manages to get up, has the cop's taser now, and then goes and starts running away. Turns around and goes to shoot the taser back at the cops, and that's when he goes and gets plugged.
Yep.
Okay? And people are saying, oh, really? You're going to shoot him for using a non-lethal weapon against the cops? Yes.
Yes, because if he tases me and I fall to the ground and I'm incapacitated, that means he can come and take my gun.
Yes.
And now he's got a gun to shoot me.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm not fucking playing anymore. We're done with playing.
Yeah, exactly. There's rules, and it's really, really simple. Fucking comply. If you've got a fucking problem, and the cop is an asshole, you fucking take it up later.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's the problem. People are fighting constantly with the cops, and then they're all shocked when shit fucking happens. Stop playing stupid fucking games.
There's all those videos online right now that you watch and people are like, all like, yeah, give that fucking pig what he's got coming and blah, 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 right? Like that.
Yeah.
Especially in the US right now, because like they have a whole different kind of law than Canada. And I find it really funny that people in Canada think we have the same laws here. Like you don't have to give your ID to a police officer when they ask.
Yeah.
Asshole, if you live in Canada, yes, you do.
Yeah.
You have to comply to that. Like that's not, but anyways, in the States, you'll see the person fight it like, well, are you detaining me? Are you detaining me? No, I'm not giving you my ID. Why do you need my ID? Why do you need my ID?
Yeah.
Right? And they're getting belligerent with the cop for probably no fucking reason. Like they got pulled over and they show the escalation and they always turn on their cameras. See, that's what I was going to say. You say you watch that whole situation.
Yes.
Okay, that's the first mistake you made. Because nowadays, you're not supposed to do that anymore.
No,
you're supposed to
watch
only
the ending.
the part that makes the cop look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Because the majority of these videos that come out where suddenly it's these people in a car having this fight with the officer where the officer's finally had a fuck enough and now he's being like, shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? Which I'm not saying is right, but they don't show you the first 15 or 20 minutes where the cop's like, hey, sir, how you doing today? You having a good day? Hey, do you mind if, I pulled you over because you don't have a light. You should get that changed. Hey, can I take a look at your license registration? What do you need that for?
Yep.
Well, because I need to run it. I need to run your car. Like all the politeness.
Yes.
They don't show leading up to this point where now the situation has escalated.
Yes.
Right. And now the cop looks like a dick.
Yeah.
Right. And like we've talked about on the show, maybe this is like the 10th car that day. He's pulled over trying to be a nice person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And put up like I saw this. I remember like a few years back, this video that came out where they put it out where this cop has this guy pulled over in the truck. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but the guy's like yelling and swearing at the cop.
Yeah.
And when the cop asks for his ID, he takes his ID and fucking throws it on the ground.
Yeah.
And the cop's like, you gonna pick that up? And he's like, you fucking pick it up. The cop's like, I'm not picking it up. That's your ID. You better pick it up. That's your ID, sir.
Yeah.
So the guy gets all mad, opens his door and fucking takes it off. He goes, okay, good. Now can I have your ID, please, sir? Right? The whole time the cop's being super nice to this guy, like on like over the top friendly.
Yeah.
And what I found fucking hilarious about the video was, the whole time the cop never escalated the situation. The cop never went back at this guy, never said anything like, hey, pal, you better start fucking listening to me or whatever. Just really polite. Oh, yes, sir. No, sir. Oh, I know, sir. It's, I got to do this, sir. Oh, please pick that up, sir. You might want to pick that up. So anyways, the cop finally writes him a ticket. And he says, okay, you have yourself a great day, sir. Like that. And the guy fucking crumples up the ticket and throws it on the ground.
Oh, so he comes back and gives
it. And he says, sir, if you don't pick that up, I'm going to give you a fine for littering.
Yeah.
fuck you, blah, 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 blah. The guy goes off, right? You fucking pig, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, sir, but that's fine. But I'm giving you the opportunity to pick that piece of paper up.
Yeah.
If you don't pick it up, I'm going to give you another fine for littering. And the guy's belligerent, but finally gets out and gets the piece of paper and drives off. And then you hear, as he's driving off, you hear the cop like low with his mic on. He's like, you have a good day, sir.
Yeah.
Like that's like so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But they don't show those videos now.
No.
Where all
no.
these, and that's the majority of police. Like they have to deal with
Exactly.
assholes all day long.
Yep.
And they have to be nice. I've seen it. I've seen it over and over again in my life where like somebody's drunk and being a complete prick to the cop, and the cop's just sitting there, sir, like, okay, like just relax.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Well, and as I said, that's the interesting part about all of this, right? Because right now you have the media fueling that fire for hate towards cops, right? Because of situations like that. There's people that are out there trying to use the media to go and help win their argument. Okay. And just recently here in Canada, we had that Indigenous chief there. I forget what fucking province it was, but the cop went and took him down at the casino, right?
Oh, yes.
And you watch the full video, and I don't know what the traffic stop was for, but this guy goes and gets out of the passenger side, comes around, starts yelling at the cop and screaming and yelling, starts taking his jacket off and gets into a fighting stance. He's ready to fight the cops, right? And it's one cop that's there. And the cop's like, yo, sir, fucking chill out. Fucking, I'm just trying to talk, stuff like this. And the guy is going right ape shit, fucking ballistic.
And that cop was staying calm.
Extremely calm, right? And this goes on for a good long time. Well, the cop's already gone and called for backup because the vehicle is full of people. Okay. There's lots of other people around. This chief is trying to fight the cop, right? Didn't end up taking a swing at him at that point, but that need for backup is there. And the cop's trying to be cool and all this good stuff. Finally, what the media ends up showing is the cop going and taking him into custody. And when he goes to take him into custody there, the guy goes and turns around and starts making a move and starts fighting. Another cop that's on the scene shows up and jump tackles him and takes him to the ground. Well, then the fight's on, right? The chief is sitting there fighting, resisting arrest and stuff like this. And then the one cop there ends up going and throwing a couple shots at him to subdue him.
Yeah.
Right? And the RCMP are like, no, we're not going to release the video. It's an ongoing investigation, all this good stuff. The chief's like, yeah, well, fuck you. I'm going to go and I'm going to put this out into the media so that we can let everybody see what's going on and they can be the judge. And that's the problem that we're having now today.
Well, when you watch that video too, what's really interesting, we both made a comment on this, right? When you watch the entire video from the police car camera, which luckily the whole thing happened in front of the cop car, because otherwise that cop probably would have been fucked nowadays, right?
Well, the cop that did jump him is pretty fucked right now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, he has like at least a leg to stand on, hopefully when all this psychoticness dies down.
Yeah.
But like when you watch it, you don't see anything but the cop and this chief, and they're going at it and they're fighting with him. But until it's on the ground and the police are being rough with him, that's when you see everybody step up with cell phones.
Yes.
All of a sudden you see like 10 fucking cell phones out.
Exactly.
Going like this. There was nobody recording the beginning of it.
No.
When the cop was like, sir, like, please, like, it's okay, sir, I just want to talk to you, please.
Yes.
Like, he's very calm, collected, has no intention of attacking this guy.
No.
Right? He's trying to fucking de-escalate the situation.
He didn't even want anything to do with them.
No,
he was busy dealing with the driver.
Yeah, he just wanted the driver.
Yeah.
He's, like, but again, like, this is this whole thing where, we could show 10,000 to 1 video of a cop like that, or a cop like what I talked about outside the truck right now. And everybody be like, yeah, but that's not really how police are. And then you show 1 video out of 10,000 or 100,000,
and that's
where the
way
cop
they all
is
are.
a fucking douchebag, and suddenly that's the video right there.
Yep,
That
exactly.
proves our fucking point right there. That
Exactly.
proves it. And that's what this whole thing about, cancel culture and getting rid of people and ripping down the hierarchies and the people in power, these what groups. That's what it's all about.
Well, and
get that little piece, that one person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And right now you have people that are much higher up going and pushing this as well.
Well, that's the sickness of it.
Yes, because with that RCMP officer who ended up jump tackling the chief, right? Trudeau came out immediately and said there are some serious questions that need to be asked about this.
Because he's scared.
Okay.
He's scared.
I don't care if he's scared. He should have shut the fuck up.
No, I agree. But that's what it all is. They are terrified. They've got this 10% of people. Yeah. Like I said this earlier, like the 10% of people that are screaming so loud.
Yes.
They don't upset me.
No.
I don't care. Like, you know what? Like, because one, they get this, they have the right to their opinion.
Yes.
And they have the right to make their opinion clear and loud.
Yep.
I don't have an issue with that. It doesn't anger me. I mean, I look at it and I roll my eyes like, really? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But like a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, but they have the right. Who pisses me off is our people that we look to lead and to run our country and to protect us and keep us safe and make the laws and make the decisions about what is allowed and not allowed, listening to these 10% of people, and they're making policies and making rules based on these people screaming.
Yeah.
It's like truly the squeaky wheel getting the oil. Like,
exactly. This is absolutely fucking crazy. It really is. And with Trudeau trying to go and push this whole censorship in Canada, he's going saying, oh yes, it needs to all be censored. You have the misinformation, and then you have the hate speech, right? Well, sorry, but our hate speech laws are fucking, they're pretty high up there, right? You can't be going and fucking giving out straight hate speech.
No, which I agree with.
Exactly.
Yep.
But here's my thing, right? With him wanting to go and censor the internet where you can't say this, can't say that, can't say this, and is fucking making sure that fucking there's blocks on everything that's going out there, right? He's got Facebook, more or less on the same level as he is, right? With, oh no, if they say anything like this, then we have to shut that down, block it, right? Like if we're wanting to defund any kind of police, we need to defund the Facebook police. We really do. Okay.
They're doing a bang up job.
Oh, they're
what are you talking about?
Stupid. But they're going along and they're doing all this. But my question is, remember that old saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not just let people say whatever the fuck they wanted and shit like this? Because then you can keep an eye on it.
Exactly.
Then you know what the fuck is going on.
Yes.
Oh, look, this guy really hates these people and he's really wanting to do this kind of a thing. Oh, look, it's escalating. Oh, look, we have more and more. Okay, time to fucking have a look at them. Right? It's
yeah,
I think it's really simple.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's a difference between, to me, if I was of a race that was a minority in this country, I would want to know honestly who is against me. I would not, like, I still wouldn't agree with actual, like, hey, like,
no,
go kill all this race, or go beat, if you see any of this, beat it up, or like that's no, like I'm totally against that. But to have somebody come out openly on a platform and say, I do not like this group of people, good. Come out publicly, asshole, so I can see you.
Yes.
I want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I want to know that you don't like me or my people, or that you have ill will towards us, or want to oppress us or keep us down.
Yeah.
But when you start to mix that whole thing, because the one thing I should back up and say, because I do agree, like when I said this 10% is inducing change, I agree that we're still working towards things, that changes do need to be had.
Mm-hmm.
We do need to make some changes. I agree. We do not have a perfect society.
No.
It's better than any society in any part of the world has ever been in history.
Yes.
Right now. But it can always be better.
Yes.
We can always have change. But when you fucking flip that pendulum so far,
yes,
like, it just becomes asinine. Like, how are we allowing, like, I don't know when you want to bring up the things that have been canceled in the last just short time. but these shows and these movies and whatever that they're canceling from our history, and it's like, or they're
Yeah.
tearing down statues, and like there's a piece to having that, to remember our history,
Yes.
to be like, we made these mistakes.
Yes.
We used to actually think this way.
Yeah.
We used to believe this, right? Like when you have a movie about slavery, like, or like a time when black people were looked at as less,
Yeah.
or a time when, being gay was not accepted,
Mhm.
right? Like you were actually ostracized because of it, right?
Yeah.
When it's a timepiece and it's not about making fun of it,
Yeah.
but remembering it
Yes.
and being like, okay, like, fuck, like we were like that.
Yeah.
We were that close to being fucking like wild animals,
Mhm.
but we've learned, we've moved past that, we've moved forward. We're never going to go back. We're not
Yeah.
going back there ever. But I feel like instead of that, we're driving this fucking wedge,
Yeah.
and people are being forced.
Well, and here's the other thing that is really interesting about the whole thing, right? Like, I'm going to try to stay on censorship right now, and then
Yeah.
we're going to get right into the cancel culture, because honestly, the censorship is part of this whole cancel
It is
culture
cancel
thing.
culture, yeah.
With censoring absolutely everything out there, okay, and then talking about hate speech, right? There is a massive, massive double standard, right? You were talking before we were outside talking about this before we recorded, and there was the one TV show that was on where this mother was going and talking to her son, and it was a black family, and the mother's going and saying, yeah, listen, you need to watch out for all them white people. You need to make sure that, this is how you're going to act and what you need to do. And remember that all the white people are out to fucking get you. They're going to oppress you. They're going to fucking do all this. Okay. Hold on a fucking second. That all there is racist comments.
Mm-hmm.
Are there white people out there trying to keep blacks down? Sure. I'll say there are.
Yep, 100%.
Not all.
No.
I'm sorry. Not the majority. Okay. I will guarantee that it is not the fucking majority. But if we went and we said something that, all the black people are trying to do this to us, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
We would be called out for hate speech. We would be called out for racism. It's the whole thing. And shit like that needs to fucking stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But you saying this right now, the comment's going to be, oh, you poor privileged person.
Yeah.
Right? It makes me sad. Like, honestly, like, I went through a bit of like anger, and kind of, what's the word? I don't even know. Like, just like it made me feel like I was a villain.
Yeah.
Like, I look at what's being said right now about our culture, and I feel like I was actually involved in hurting people,
Yeah.
and being against people, but I've never been that way. I've never made friends or judged people based on anything other than their personality as an individual.
Yeah.
Who they are as an individual.
Yeah.
And when I see things, because it's become like this, like almost like it's applauded. Like I told you about an article, like going along with that show and watching that part, and that really got to me, and it honestly, it made me feel a bit sick to my stomach,
Mm-hmm.
because this speech was, so directed towards the fact that all white people are out to oppress black people.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not. I will cheer just as much for any black person, Oriental person, Middle Eastern person. If they're a good person and they make it a step forward in life,
Yeah.
I applaud them. I'm
Yeah.
like, good for you. But I read an article about it was put out, I think, by the CBC, I want to say. Pretty sure it was them. And there was an article, a news story, that talked about this mother who was being applauded because she had to have a discussion with her children about the same thing, that, you got to be careful. Like, basically it came down to that, white people will continue to try to oppress you. You got to be very careful. You can't just trust them. Okay, first of all, you can't trust anybody.
No.
Like from day one.
No.
Like, you know, trust is something that's built. It's like, I learned to trust you because we've been through a couple things together where I'm like, okay, I can trust you.
Yeah.
Right? You've never ripped me off. You've never lied to me. You've never sold me out. You've never done this. You've never done that. Right?
Yeah.
And again, that's every culture. Like, why does it have to all come down? Like, I feel like we're taking massive steps back
Yeah.
towards as a race, like as being human race.
Exactly.
Like, it's like we've taken this step back instead of like moving forward with, okay, we're all going to work on being equal. If there's people out there that still don't believe that we're equal, then they're just fucking ignorant people. Because I think, again, it's not the majority of people that think that, you know, a certain race is lesser than them because of they're of that race or of that color, of that religion, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it bothers me. And this article, like, you know, the mom talked about this and talked about the fact that this is what she felt she needed to teach her kid. It was an important lesson.
Yeah.
So now this kid is going to grow up learning that white people are there to hurt him.
Yeah.
Right? And that he can't, it's not going to be easy for him to get ahead. Well, it's not easy for anybody to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you're born into a wealthy family, even then they end up all fucked up too.
Oh yeah.
Right? So there's no real advantage. Like, do I agree there's some advantages to being of a certain race in a certain country? For sure. Yep, for sure. But not to the extent that you have to have this talk. Like, they talk about, you know, racism is something that's learned.
Yes.
You when you from a young age you're taught to hate race.
Yeah.
You know, you see all these pictures with little, like a little white baby hugging a black baby or vice versa or whatever, and it's always this cute little thing, and then the thing says, you know, race is learned. Stop teaching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the answer.
Exactly.
You know, that's the answer. From a young age, stop teaching kids to not like or not trust another race because of their skin color.
Exactly. And here's my big problem that I'm having right now, right? You're going and you're watching all this news, right? And it's continually going and saying, oh, well, these people are doing this and these people are doing that. All race, back and forth. And meanwhile, they're trying to say, oh, we need to end racism. But they're trying to end racism by being racist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, as I said, watch the fucking media. You know, we need to end racism. A white person did this to a black person. Why not this person did this to another person?
Mm-hmm.
It only makes fucking sense.
Well, who was the actor who said that? Like, why does it have to be that a bad white cop shot a black male? Why could it not just be a bad cop shot a male?
Yeah.
Right? Because we know that we've looked up the statistics. People, look them up. They're up online for you. There's more white men killed by police every year than there are black. Yeah. And I'm not saying that it's okay that, you know, well, we're only at 2.3% of black people getting shot, so we're good to go. Let's go with those. No, we need to work on it. Yeah. We need to still get rid of these asshole cops. We need to get rid of the cops that are racist, for sure. I'm not arguing that.
And you know what? I'll even go another step further. We got to stop being fucking assholes towards cops.
Yes.
Okay? Because if you go and you start fucking fighting, going, yeah, fuck you, copper. Oh, this is what I'm doing. Fuck you. Guess what? You're going to fucking lose. It's that simple. Right?
Yeah. The place to fight it is a court.
Yeah.
You go to court. Right?
Yes. You know, and so, as I said, you have the media right now. Just scroll through any media right now, and it's cop bad, cop bad, cop bad. And they're fueling that fire. And they're fueling it harder than you could possibly imagine. And with inaccurate shit. You have these keyboard lawyers, keyboard cops, right, that are going there going, no, this is what should have happened. This is how this should have been. Oh, fucking the law states that you can't fucking... You know what? You need to shut the fuck up because you don't actually know.
Well, especially when you're not a cop.
Yeah.
And you're out there, well, if that was me, I would have just done this.
Oh, I fucking love that one.
Okay. Yep, you would have done that. Now that you've seen it and had time to think about it.
Yep.
You weren't in that situation
Yeah.
where you had no time to think.
My favorite statement. Oh, you should have just shot him in the leg if you had to shoot him. Fucking idiots. Fucking good on you.
Because everybody's John Wick.
Yeah.
Everybody can perfectly aim a gun wherever they want from 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, when you're a cop, you're taught to shoot for the
center
mass.
Yes, center mass.
Shoot for the mass.
Yeah.
If you're gonna shoot, you're shooting to kill. You're not shooting to maim.
No. But so with the media fueling all this shit, okay, cancel culture has gone absolutely batshit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Live PD, Cops, a show that was on for 30 fucking years, showing cops interacting with fucking everybody.
Yeah.
There was bad situations. There was good situations. Like sometimes the cop showed up. Hey, bud, what's going on? Oh, man, I've had too much to drink. Oh, so you have been drinking and driving. Okay, well, time to fucking take you in. No problem. Then having the cops just show up and, yeah, fuck you. And then they start wrestling with the cops. Well, now the chase is on, right? And shit like this. We had this shit going on all the time for 30 fucking years. But the whole narrative that the far left is fucking pushing, that all cops are bad, got that shut down. They got live PD shut down, which, I'm sorry, you're seeing things right here, right where it is in front of you. It's happening on the fucking spot.
Yeah, reality.
Okay,
TV,
reality TV. It's fucking going on. You get to see everything. You want accountability for the cops, but then you go and you shut down like live PD.
But you know why they did that?
Come on.
You know why they're shutting down cops and live PD? Because it proves them wrong.
Yeah.
That the majority of police are out to like kill people and bash people's faces in, and they're violent and villains, and they're all on the take, and they're all selling drugs, and they're all getting involved in crime. The fact that cops has been on for 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
Right? Now I get it. There's probably situations that happened where like the cops saw the situation before it got okay to go out on TV, and they're like, we can't show that. And by the way, fucking Joe, don't ever do that again, because that was bad. I'm not saying, because I'm not like the other side that's pretending there is no bad cops.
No.
There is no bad calls. I'm saying there is. But what I'm saying is the majority.
Yes.
And what live PD shows and what cop shows is, they are fucking humans. And the majority of them are out there to make a difference, to help people.
Exactly.
And that goes against their narrative right now. So they're like, get that fucking off the air because that proves us wrong.
Yeah. And that's the part that's fucking pissing me off the most. You have this group yelling and screaming, yeah, cops are bad, cops are bad. And fucking, you know what? Let's fucking cancel these shows. Because it hurts people's feelings. People are offended by this. Fuck you and your goddamn feelings. Okay. But they've gone so much further. We've all heard it now, but Paw Patrol. Oh my fuck. If you are offended by a dog that's dressed up, a cartoon dog that's dressed up as a fucking cop, okay, because they have the cop, they have the firefighter, they have the medic, they have sanitation person and all this good stuff. All these civil servants, okay, you have all of them, and you are offended by the fact that this cop dog is out there trying to help people and being like, hey, here you go, I'm here to help you, and you don't like that narrative that cops are out to fucking help you and shit like this. You are the fucking problem. You are the fucking problem by going and saying, see, fucking, they're trying to show you that, cops are nice. So just fucking, you're just supposed to just go and do whatever they fucking want and what they say and all this good shit. And we know the truth. The fucking cops are bad. Fuck you. Fuck you. Get the fuck off my planet. You know what? Let's ship them on fucking SpaceX. You know what? I'll stay here and we'll ship them on fucking SpaceX off to fucking Mars.
Yeah, because Mars doesn't have police yet.
No, exactly.
So should be good. But that's the thing. Like you look at this Paw Patrol, like look at it from the other side. What do you tell if you have a child that is that age, and say their favorite character for that show was this dog that played a police officer, right? And now it's just gone.
Yeah.
So now this kid goes to mom and dad and says, hey,
Yeah.
Why did they get rid of the police dog?
Yeah.
What do you do as a parent?
Yeah.
You know, are you going to have parents out there? Oh, because, well, right now cops are bad people and, you know, they don't think that they should be glorified or put in a positive light in any way because they're bad people.
Yeah.
Police are bad people?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, it's so, the fucking dominoes are falling. It's like, you know, when you have that, like, I feel like for years it's kind of been this slow progression, but you know, then the dominoes get past those single and double line.
Yeah.
And it goes out into this massive, like,
Yeah.
area where it's this big circular building where, like, now thousands of them are just fucking fall. That's what I feel. It's this force that has pushed.
Yeah.
And it's pushed so hard
Exactly.
that it's gone. Anything that goes against this percentage of people, even a slight little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just get rid of it. Just
Exactly.
get rid of it, because then we don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
You know, it's scary to me. It's
Yeah.
scary, and it's scarier that the fact that, I mean, you look at the fact that, again, I say our politicians are like, I can't remember, was it like there's all that stuff going on with Chaz right now, you know, the new country in the US.
Yeah.
And then you had one of the, I can't remember what state it was, but one of them voted 9-12. I think it was 9-12, right? So close to unanimous vote to
Yeah.
defund the police
Yeah.
in that state right now. Why are people that are part of, like, I don't know how to say this without being an asshole. Like, I don't understand how you can be in a position like that where you are hired by a state, you're voted in by the majority of people. There's a good way.
Yeah.
So you're voted in by the majority of people.
Yeah.
But yet you're going against what the majority of people really actually want.
Yeah.
In reality. The
Yeah.
reality is 99% of the people in the US want fucking police.
Yeah.
They don't want a policeless state. Nobody wants to live in a policeless. And these people that are fighting to get a policeless, they don't have a clue what the fuck that means.
No.
They have
Not
no
at
clue.
all.
Look what happened in Chaz. Now you got a fucking warlord in there
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
calling all the shots. And if you fuck with him, you're done. That's what you want? You want it run by warlords?
Did you see the video of the guy that was out there, you know, trying to be like, look, man, fucking peace, love, happiness, fucking let's just all get together and shit like this. They fucking basically dragged his ass out of fucking Chaz. Because they're like, no, you're not speaking what we want to speak. Because he's going, look, man, peace and love for everybody. Cops, fucking whoa, no peace and love for the cops. Get the fuck out of here. You're not welcome here. And there was a mob, fucking, like, he's trying to stand his ground, and they're like fucking pushing him out. One of the guys went and grabbed his cell phone and fucking going, and he's like, yo, dude, you just stole my phone. And they're like, yep, too bad.
But you got a city that was willing, like, they willingly gave up City Hall.
Or the police station.
No, the City Hall too.
Oh, okay.
That's where they're congregating, is at City Hall. They willingly gave it up to this mob.
And did you also hear what the mayor said? Fucking Trump's like, Trump's like, you need to fucking get in there, sort that shit out, or I fucking will.
Yeah.
And she goes and turns to him and says, yeah, whatever. Go back to your bunker.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, you stupid cunt.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh.
Yeah.
Fucking, she needs a fucking ATM.
Well, then there's the one guy.
For those of you who don't know what that is, ass to mouth.
Jeez. Well, and then there was the other, was it a senator or something? The guy, the old guy that fucking was questioned by the media about Chaz, the autonomous zone. And he was dumb enough to say publicly, I've never heard of this.
Yeah. Never heard of that. Never heard of Antifa.
I can't answer that.
Fucking,
like, I don't know what you're talking about. So now you want to look like a moron as opposed to fucking taking a stance. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, how is this? It's like I said before, it's like allowing the child to have their way.
Yes.
To keep them calm. Well, maybe if we just give them this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just allow them to do this, they'll eventually fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right. And then we can give them a hug and say everything's going to be okay and life will go back to normal.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you feed into this as a leader, when you say to this group, like, okay, have our city hall, have our police station, have these 7 blocks, you've suddenly told them or taught them, just like a child, that bad behavior
will be rewarded.
is going to give you what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's absolutely insane. It really is. And I'm really sick and tired of all the cop bashing. I really am. I am beyond sick of that, and the people that are fucking listening and going with it, going, yep, we need to get rid of this. But then they're getting rid of other shit, right? And a lot of it has to do with racism, or I'm going to say perceived racism. Okay. Gone with the wind. Okay. They're getting rid of that. And something we just fucking found out right before we actually did this is it's rather interesting that they're trying to get rid of it because of racism. But little do they know that the lady that plays Mammy, I guess it is.
Yeah, one of the lead actresses.
Yeah. Okay. Black lady. First black female nominated for a fucking award.
Yeah.
And you want to go and get rid of fucking Gone with the Wind because of some of the shit that was going on.
Do you know how pissed off that fucking lady would be? Like, I don't know. I don't think
fuck.
She's obviously still not alive. I mean, she was old during that movie, which was made back in like what, the 50s or 40s or something. But can you imagine, like, how fucking mad would you be?
Yeah.
You just had the role of your life.
Yes.
You were praised. You got nominated for an award. And they're like, that film was the worst film ever.
Yeah. Cancel it. Get rid of it.
Cancel it because it's racism.
Yeah.
What about all the other films?
Yeah.
That are look at like I was telling you, like, even nowadays, Django Unchained.
Yeah.
How did that get a walk?
Yeah.
How about the one with Charlie Sheen where he has blackface?
Charlie Sheen. You mean Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey.
Oh yeah,
Jr.
no. People are
I called out the wrong guy. Sorry.
Yeah. People are just waking up to that, right?
Well,
and they've been waking up for the last little bit to that, but sorry.
But that's what I mean. Like, you have all these movies.
Well, and they are trying to fucking get rid of fucking Tropic Thunder there.
But okay, but what about the other? What about the other million movies that were made?
Yeah.
At a time, right?
Yes.
When it was like that.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more about this fucking looking back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you did this 25 years ago, so we're going to condemn you now. But we'll talk about that later. But you're talking about, one, timepieces that are made to represent that time.
Yes.
Right? And if you're going to start calling out all the racist movies, you got to do it at every level.
Yeah.
So you got to call out racist music.
Yes, exactly.
Right? You got to call out,
call out all the hateful stuff.
Any art that's racist.
Yeah.
Call it out. Like, we're gonna end up dumping 3/4 of our history.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but our history was dark.
Yeah.
And really shitty.
And unless you're allowing these double standards to fucking continue, well, then I guess you're gonna have to get rid of, half the hip hop nation and fucking the rap culture and shit like this. It's really, really simple. If you want to stop people talking about these kind of crimes and stuff like this, well, then you got to stop your crimes, right? Or the crimes that you're fucking talking about, And so to get rid of fucking, like, getting rid of this shit is fucking stupid. It really is.
It doesn't fix anything.
No, it doesn't fix a fucking thing, because now you have towns and streets that are named after different people who at one point in time might have owned a slave or two, maybe even more. Okay? Like Washington.
Which is horrible.
Right? Yes, which is horrible. Okay? But you're wanting to get rid of fucking anything from the right, anything that had people that, own slaves, right? So you got Washington. Are you going to fucking just go, yep, no, we're totally getting rid of, the name Washington. We're going to call it something else. There's towns. There's a town here in Canada called Russell, right? Apparently this guy owned a slave.
Yeah.
They're wanting to get rid of that.
Well, I know they've been wanting to get rid of Sir John A. Macdonald.
Oh my God.
Expressway or whatever it is in Kingston for a long time. That's been going on for years.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? And we've touched on this before. Okay. It's the time. It was the period. Okay?
Doesn't make it right.
Doesn't make it right. This is shit that went on. But what about all the good that these people actually did?
Mhm.
Did they do some bad things? Yes, they did. Did they also do a shit ton of good things? Yes, they did. Just like there are absolutely bad people out there that have actually done some fucking good,
Mhm.
right? And it goes on all the time. And the problem is there's so much of this racial narrative that's fucking horrible, okay? We're dwelling on it fucking way too much. We're fueling it. We're feeding it. We're feeding the fear of the racism and shit like that, you know, and we're not allowing for people to make mistakes, repent for it, and do something else.
It's worse
You know?
than that. They can't even they can't even apologize for something they did 20 years ago.
No, and you know what?
Like-
I want to give a great example right here because I think we might be on the same wavelength right here, you know, as soon as I talk about it. But Terry Crews, okay, I watched a little video on Terry Crews the other day, and I love Terry Crews. I think fucking Terry is absolutely fucking hilarious. I think he's amazing. I love watching him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Fucking the guy's awesome. You know, watching him in White Girls, which why aren't we getting rid of that one?
Yeah.
But that's another story. Okay. You know, there's, you know, all these things that Terry Crews has been in, you know, and done. And I fucking love Terry Crews. I think he's fucking awesome.
He's a really big guy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he's fucking got the pec flex and all that good stuff. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this little video that came out, right, was showing about him and you know, about how Adam Sandler had apologized for a rude guest
Yes.
that had happened,
Yeah.
you know, something that had gone on and shit like this. Well, Cruz was going along talking about how he was not a nice man, how he was horrible to his wife, you know, and all this stuff. And it kept going on and on. He kept talking about how horrible of a person that he was and was going into descriptions about how horrible all these things were that he did.
And basically he said, I felt like I owned my wife and kids.
Exactly. You know, and
Like
they're just going to do what I
property.
say, you know, and all this good stuff. Yeah, exactly. And he kept going on and on and on and on. And then he went and finally goes and says, yeah, I finally realized I was wrong. My wife forgave me. And since then, I've been going and doing all good. But here's where I want to call it the hypocrisy. Because Liam Neeson came out to go and promote a movie that he was in that had to do with racial issues.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the statement of how a long time ago, somebody of color went and did, raped his friend, I believe it was.
Yeah, raped a girl that he knew.
Yeah, raped a girl that he knew. And he was pissed off. And so he was going out because he was going to kill every black man that he could fucking see or beat him up and stuff like this. Mm. And in the same sentence of the story, he goes and says, I immediately, like, I feel absolutely horrible that I even had that train of thought. Mm. A thought. Yeah. It was a fucking thought
he never
that he
went
had.
Through. Like, I think he said he carried around a bat or something like that for a couple days or...
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in because I can't remember exactly, but it was something like that.
But it was a thought.
But he never went through with anything.
Never went through with anything. He had a fucking thought and he's like, I feel absolutely ashamed for having that thought at that time. You know, fucking, it was horrible, blah, blah, blah. And went out all out talking about how fucking wrong it was. He is now a changed man. He knows right from wrong. Mm-hmm. And he has gone and made it his mission to do right, you know, and stuff like this. One of the people that talked about, no, fucking, he had this thought, it's fucking wrong, and he needs to be fucking dealt with.
Yeah.
Terry fucking Crews.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how fucking heartbroken I was on that one. Okay. That fucking bothers me. Okay. Because as I said, I fucking love Terry Crews. I think he's fucking awesome. Right. And so for him to go and talk about his story, right? Because with the Liam Neeson thing, he's saying, yeah, no, I don't really think people can all change all that much. But then he's going and talking about how horrible he fucking was for years and years and years. And it says, I made a change and my wife forgave me. And, folks, that's what we need to do. We need to forgive the fucking past. Okay? Understand that, yes, it did happen. Yes, there were fucking horrible things. Those people are not fucking alive anymore. Okay? And to go on and continue trying to fucking rip people down, rip down these fucking statues of people that went, but to go and, ripping down these fucking statues. Are you fucking kidding me? Ripping down these statues because there was a racist thing that this person did. Okay? First off, time and place. But why don't we also look at the other aspects? What good has come from it? Okay, we all know about fucking Henry Ford. Okay? An anti-Semitic, a fucking racist, all right? But if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the fucking assembly line. We wouldn't have a fucking 5-day work week, right? There's so many things that we would not have because of him.
Yeah.
Right? He did some horrible shit.
And I don't think, and I think you would agree with me on this, because I know we think about a lot of this the same way. We're not saying to ignore what they did wrong. It's not about ignoring. It's that whole saying, forgive but never forget.
Yes.
Right? Like, you forgive the shit because first of all, that's part of your own healing as a individual, as a group, as, say, okay, I forgive for this, but I will never forget. Because we don't want to, as a society, forget what these people did and the horrible atrocities that have happened in the past. Because when we forget, we're going to do them again.
Yeah.
Right? So it is important to remember. But part of remembering that is having that person saying, listen, this person, Henry Ford, did all these great things for us.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I hate the fucking, whole idea of working on a line. But
yeah.
And I hate the Monday through Friday shit. But what I'm saying is, he did all this stuff. He made positive change.
Mm-hmm.
But don't forget that he was like this as well.
Yes.
We can't go back to being like that.
Yes.
Because you're telling me that 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, if humans are still around, which I can't see happening because holy fuck, we're idiots. But humans aren't at that time going to look back at us and think, what the fuck was wrong with them?
Yeah.
Like, why did they act like this? Why did they kill each other?
Yeah.
Why did they have wars?
Yeah.
Like, what
we won't know because the history books will have stopped being written.
Yeah. What was this color thing? Like, because we only have one color. Like, because we've gotten over this whole thing and everybody's kind of intermingled and
we're now all gray.
We're actually now all one race.
Yeah.
Right? Human beings, which we should be anyways.
Yes.
I mean, the idea that the amount of melanin in your skin makes a difference in who you are as a person. Yeah. At this point, only ignorant people don't fucking get that concept.
Yes.
Right? Like, that is the only difference. The only difference other than that is the difference we make.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes both sides.
Yes.
If you're raising your children to fear a certain race or fear a certain group of people, as opposed to just saying, hey, there are some people out there that will take advantage of you and hurt you if they can.
Yes.
Right? Like, there are police officers out there that are bad. The majority are good people that are just out there doing their job, so give them some respect for doing their job. If you run into an asshole, if you run into a bad cop, or a cop that's going to brutalize you or is racist, do your best to get past the situation. Take that, fight it in court.
Exactly.
Right? Have your protests, your quiet protests, like your peaceful protests. But this idea that, hey, we're going to make it so that, my child, like, and I'm talking both sides, black, white, Asian, Middle Eastern, all sides.
Yeah.
If we're raising our children to fear, it'd be like me saying, okay, when you go to this neighborhood, son, have your back up and, don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Don't trust anybody. Right.
Yeah.
That's feeding that fear. It's feeding that racism. Like, oh, he's talking about that because it's of this color or this ethnicity or, don't go to a mosque.
Yeah.
don't go here, don't go there. Like, no, we shouldn't be doing that anymore. It should be, working on racism is saying we are all human beings.
Yeah.
And when you have all these human beings, you're
Yeah.
going to have really nice people.
And you're going to have some that you need to watch out for.
And fortunately, I think the majority
Yeah.
is the nice.
Yeah.
The people that, they're not going to care so much because they have their own life and their own shit going on. But I think the majority, I think a good 98% of the population,
Yeah.
if you fell and hurt yourself on the street, no matter what color, race, or what you are, they would stop to help.
Yeah.
They would call 911 for you.
Yeah.
And stay with you until the ambulance got there and be generally concerned about you,
Yeah.
no matter who you are.
Yeah.
I think 99% of police that show up to a call are concerned about you, no matter what your color, race, ethnicity are.
Yeah.
You can't make that 1% the
Yeah.
whole population.
No.
You can't do it. And that's what we're doing. We're forcing this.
Yeah. No, it's getting fucking disgusting. It really is.
It's hurtful.
The way everybody goes and pushes shit out, and then just, we need to cancel this. We need to cancel that. We need to shut this down. We need to shut that down. No, we fucking don't. Here's the thing. If you are so offended by something, turn the channel. Stop listening. I know we've had people that have stopped listening to our fucking podcast, right?
Yeah,
I've seen the stats where they go and we've lost some, because they didn't agree with what we said.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. I don't care.
No.
You don't like what we have to say. So be it. That's your problem. Not problem, but that's your business. That's your deal.
Right. That's your right.
Exactly. Put it this way. When I was fucking growing up, my parents were pretty big time Bible beaters. Okay. And I'd have friends that would be like, "Oh, hey man, did you see the latest He-Man?" No, man, I haven't seen He-Man. You've never watched He-Man? No, I've never watched He-Man. Why? Mom won't let me. Why won't mom let you? Well, because, she believes that, whatever the fucking bad guy's name is there, I can't remember his name.
Fuck yeah. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But anyways, he represents the devil and all this good stuff, and way it went. It was a bunch of stupid hooey shit, that I really don't believe in now.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my mom's responsibility, right? And my mom's right to go and help protect me in what she thought, anyways, of what it is that should be seen. Did my mom write in letters to the fucking TV station saying He-Man needs to come off the air? It's wrong. It's evil, and all this good stuff. No.
Skeletor.
There we go.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Fuck, I was hurting.
Yeah. Fucking no. My mom was not one of those. All right. And that's where everybody needs to be, fucking off.
Nobody used to be like that. Nobody
No.
used to be. Do you remember, like, occasionally, like, some church would get together and write a letter to the
Oh,
like, I think the big one that I can remember when I was a kid was The Simpsons.
yes.
Right? I remember a
Yep.
whole group of religious people got together and signed this petition and sent this letter into the, but the funny thing was, in that day, in that time, that happened. It was all over the news. And when you talk to anybody else outside of that religious group,
Yeah.
they were all like, they're fucking idiots.
Yep.
Like, just don't watch the show.
Exactly.
Right? Like, that was the attitude back then. If you don't like it. And again, say somebody hears something that we say and they disagree with it.
Yeah.
I think it's their right one. Oh, I know it's their right one to fucking unsubscribe and not listen to us anymore. But I'll go a step further. It's their right to go up and say, hey, so-and-so said this, and this is what I find to be offensive about that.
Yeah.
Right? And then let me have, if I feel deem or necessary, which I likely won't because I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But then I would maybe come back with a reply to it.
Yeah.
And say, okay, well, you heard this.
Yeah.
And took it like this.
Yeah.
This is what I actually meant.
Yeah.
Or if you would have watched the 3 minutes before that or the 5 minutes after that comment,
Yeah.
you would see that what I actually meant,
Yes.
or what I was getting to, was making this point. But nobody's allowing that anymore. And that's
No.
the huge problem, is there's no conversation anymore.
No.
It's like they take a clip of what you say and you're that person, and that's fucking
Yep.
it. You're done.
You're
done. You're canceled. You're fucking out of here.
Yep.
No more of you because you said this word We don't care what context it was in.
No.
We don't care. It's like that fucking Netflix executive, top dog, that got fired
Yeah.
because he says, I don't want to hear this word
Yeah.
anymore on our programs.
Yeah.
He was saying, I don't want to hear this anymore said.
Yeah.
And he got fired for saying the actual word.
This is what's fucking stupid. Okay? Because that's the other thing. Just because you're offended doesn't mean that everybody has to fucking bend to your will. Everybody is going to be offended by something. It's that simple. You don't like it, don't look, don't listen, don't watch. Fucking walk away. Like the number of people that get on Facebook and, oh my God, that's a post I don't like. Fucking they start freaking out. They report it. You know, they fucking start yelling at people and shit like this. You don't like it? Keep fucking scrolling.
Yeah.
It's real simple. Okay? It's
not even cancel it. Like, you're not forced to have channels. You're not forced to have certain movies in your house. Like, you can, if you disagree with Netflix because they're suddenly putting movies on like American History X or fucking Gone with the Wind or any of those, cancel your Netflix subscription.
Yeah.
Don't support them.
Yeah.
That's your right.
Yeah.
And good for you.
But don't try to get fucking Netflix shut down.
And you know what? I'll back you for doing it.
Yeah.
Not because I would do it.
No.
Or because I'm offended, because I see that as being your civil right.
Yeah.
Your human, God-given, born in fucking Canada right to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go, you can't cancel Netflix. Like, what are you doing? You can't do that. No, that's your right. So do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Can't cancel your own subscription.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up for everybody else.
Yeah. Same with like, this comedians.
Yeah.
Like they're getting in trouble for shit they said like 2 decades ago.
Yes.
Like this is my thing.
Yeah.
You can dig into a famous person or like a politician's or whatever past. You can dig into it.
Yeah.
And you can find shit. And you can rip them the fuck apart over one little thing that you find over a 40-year period and be like, this makes you an asshole. This makes you racist. This makes you whatever. We're canceling you. Tell me one person that if we had the capability of doing the same with their past, you wouldn't run across something in their past they said, they laughed at a certain joke a certain way.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't be like, well, you're a racist.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a horrible person. You're a sexist.
Here's the other funny part too. As I mentioned before, you have the fucking double standards. Okay? You have the double standards when it comes to all this and what they want canceled, what they want shut down. Mm-hmm. They're talking about racism. Okay? Fucking end racism, end racism, end racism, end racism. And everybody, both left and right, fucking agree with that. Okay? But the left is way more vocal. And they really want Trump to fail, not fucking win. And so who do they have running right now? They've got Mr. Biden.
Yeah.
They have Mr. Biden running right now to be the great savior for the Democrats.
The world leader.
Okay? The world leader. All right.
Have you listened to this
and
guy's
then
speeches?
Here he is going and saying, yes, we need to erase racism and, get rid of it, stop racism. I will completely agree with let's cancel racism. Yeah. Let's cancel actual racism. But here he is on a show and he goes and says, if you don't know whether or not you're going to support me or Donald Trump, then you ain't black.
Yeah. How did he not get canceled? How did he not get thrown away?
Like, holy fuck.
He's a Democrat.
Exactly. And there are so many Democrats that are let go.
Yes.
And it's free to do all that stuff there. And they really want to hang Republicans. They want to hang Republicans because, Republicans are all fucking racist. So my question is then, why haven't they got rid of the Lincoln Memorial and get rid of Abraham Lincoln from history and all this good shit? Because he's a Republican. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Because he tried to put forward he did put forward the whole thing that, free the slaves, the Emancipation Act. Okay. Yeah. I'm horrible with that kind of stuff. Besides, It's American history and
Didn't
how
pay
that worked.
attention to grade 9 history, or grade 10 or whatever that was when they
Well-
talked about the civil wars and all the fucking.
Well, I
wars.
paid attention to history class because we talked about Canadian history, but
Oh, you never got to. What was
We
it?
would-
I can't even remember what history that was, but I
No.
did talk about that shit.
But-
Anyways.
you know, like he was a Republican, right?
Yeah.
And then if you actually look at the fucking history of the Democrats and the Republican, okay, it's widespread knowledge, you know, about how evil the Democrats really were, you know, but somehow somebody has gone and managed to go and do that little tiny switch to go and show, oh no, see, we're actually here for you. Okay. And I really don't want to get into the whole Democrat Republican thing with,
No.
you know, for the American side and stuff.
But it's like.
you got to fucking look at it and look at the context, look at the whole fucking segment, right?
Mhm.
Check everything out.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's part of being lazy too, right? There's two things. So the whole like little segment thing is one, people have like fucking minds of like fucking gnats. And
Yes.
I'm the same, right?
Yeah.
I want to watch something that takes 30 seconds to watch. I don't want to watch an hour video.
No.
I want to get to the good shit. Show me the good shit. I don't
Yes.
want to see the cop being nice and talking nice and the
Yeah.
guy sitting in his car and whatever. Get me to the point where let's see some fucking
Yeah.
fisticuffs and fucking. Everybody wants that, right? That
Yep.
that action, right?
Yeah.
But then they take that as the only thing that happened in the whole thing, and everything's like that. And depending on what side you sit, it's deemed as okay. It's like you talk about the Democrats right now in the U.S. running shit and deciding cancel culture and who's allowed to say shit and who's not, and who's evil and who's not. It's no different than right now in Canada with the Liberals. The
Yeah.
Liberals are running that show, and they're running it in the same way as they are in America. Like you look at all the shit that that Trudeau has gotten away with, right?
Yes.
Like how many things has he been called out on over his time in office,
Oh
right?
my God.
Between the blackface,
Where he can't even remember how many times he did blackface.
He did blackface, right? Even though I look at a lot of that, and I'm like, the guy was in a fucking costume. Like it reminds me of when I was Mr. T, like I talked about when I was a little kid for
Yeah.
Halloween, right?
Well,
Hopefully-
great. You just got us canceled.
Yeah,
Thanks,
probably,
Nate.
right? Cancel culture will kill me because when I
Yeah.
was 7 years old, Mr. T was my idol, and I dressed up to him on a
Yeah.
Halloween. But like, you know, you look at that and you look at like him getting caught breaking the law.
Yeah.
On more than one occasion. You have him giving bribes to get
Yeah.
on the UN and spending taxpayers' money in those bribes. But why is he not canceled? Why are people not like going, "Hey, you're not a leader, dude."
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I'm not saying Trudeau's the only, and I'm not saying Trump's perfect either, and I'm not, you know, don't fucking. Many leaders they've done shit,
Yes.
right? I think
Yes.
that's just
Everybody has.
but that's my fucking point.
Yes.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Everybody does, but they've made it so this person has an excuse because they're on this side of the shit right now.
Yes.
This person has no excuse, even though it was something they did when they were a teenager.
Yeah. And even though it might pale in comparison to what the other side did,
Doesn't matter,
you know, doesn't matter.
because we'll make it look worse.
Well, fucking John Cleese. Did you hear about this one? So remember Monty Python?
Oh yes, I did
Okay.
hear about
Okay, so John Cleese came out. I honestly thought he was dead, but whatever. Because I know this story ended up happening at some point in time.
Well, he might as well be now because he's been canceled.
Yeah. Well, they went and they started taking down all these things, and Faulty Towers was one of the big ones there.
Mhm.
And what they were talking about is they had these different characters that played different people. Okay. And these people were hyped up, right? Like they were a very stereotypical, you know, type thing. Like they had the German, right? Who was, you know, it was not just any German, it was a German Nazi.
Mhm.
Okay. And just cranked up the character as much as they could. And yes, he was going and saying the N-word. He was saying different things, you know, back when, you know, you could say this kind of thing on TV and even as a comedian,
Yes.
right? Because you're making a point, you know. Well, they had this person going and doing all these absolutely horrible fucking things. people are like, oh my God, you need to get rid of all this. This is fucking horrible. Okay, you are not paying attention to the context in which this is being done. They are making fun of this type of thinking.
Mhm.
That's what they're doing. They're making fun of it to go say, see, look at how stupid this fucking was.
Yeah.
And John Cleese even came out, like, that's more or less what he said. Okay. But then he even came out and said, yeah, I agree. There's going to be some people that are like, yeah, that guy finally speaks the truth. But then those are the people you get to laugh at too.
Yeah.
Because that's how ridiculous this shit is. And then he made the same references we've made many times to Archie Bunker. Okay. Super fucking racist. Then you had the fucking Jeffersons.
Mhm.
Okay. The
Racist
Jeffersons.
on the other side.
They were racist on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the husband was, not the whole family.
Yes, the husband
on both sides
yes,
of it.
yeah, you had Archie and you had George. And they were both fucking racist.
Because Louise
complete
had
racist.
no fucking time for that shit.
Yeah. You know, and he made the same point. He's like, look, the states did the same thing with Archie Bunker and the Jeffersons. Fucking, they went and they showed how ridiculous racism is. And they let this person go and show, look, I'm a dumb racist, right? And then they get shut down, you know, but then you still have the people going, yeah, that's right, speak the truth. No. Because why? We got to laugh at those people too, because it's not. It's fucking stupid.
But then you had shows where I would almost say were more outwardly racist.
Yes.
That will never be looked at that way. And I'll give you an example right here, and this might upset you, but I'll explain why.
Okay.
MASH.
Okay.
How many characters on MASH were black?
Yeah.
How many?
Oh, there was only a couple.
Main characters.
Main characters? Yeah,
Main.
none.
0.
Yeah.
It was an all-white cast.
Yeah.
In a war that was a shitload of black people going over there and dying.
Yeah.
Right? And fighting for their country and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There was not a one. But
they did have a fair amount of guest stars, I guess we'll say, you know, with stuff like that, but none of the main cast. I will agree with you on that one.
Okay,
for sure.
So but my point is you have something like Archie Bunker,
yes,
where he makes racism look stupid.
Yeah.
And that show was definitely written and set up
yes,
to make race on both sides, even with George Jefferson.
Yes.
To make racist people look like fucking morons.
Yes.
It was proving a point at a time when it needed to be proved.
Yes.
Look how dumb this looks, you white fucks.
Yeah.
Right? Like stop being racist because it's just stupid.
Yeah.
It was perfect timing for that show because it was done during a lot of like the you know, when it really like black people were making that fight to get equal rights and, you know, doing this whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a perfect time to showcase this, to try to like get into white people's head that watch this on a regular basis going, do I look that fucking dumb when I talk about it? Like, am I this big of an idiot? And the wife looking at him going, yeah, you fucking are. Or the, you know, the you know, the daughter like, yeah, dad, you're a fucking racist prick. Oh shit. Right.
Yeah.
So that had a purpose, that show.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at a show like MASH, and I'm not bashing MASH. Like MASH was a great show, but it was outwardly, like in the majority of the shows back then, it was all white cast.
Yeah.
There was no black other than Mr. T. Like
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time remembering Shaft.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh no, and
the black
you're
people had all
you're
the-
absolutely right. There were lots of shows that were predominantly white, and then
but they're fine.
yeah,
Let's keep going with them.
yeah,
Why? Because
Yeah.
it's not outwardly showing racism,
yeah,
even though it's showing it in a negative light. I could understand if a show outwardly showed racism, but in a positive light.
yeah,
Like, this is why it's good to be racist,
yeah.
right?
That
This
needs to get
is
shut
why-
the fuck
that-
down.
Right. Like, okay, shut it down. Don't ever play it again. And if it was made in history and okay 50 years ago,
Yeah,
yes, it's not okay now.
yeah.
Like, we're past that. We're
But
not doing that.
Even still, at the same fucking time, you don't just fucking cancel it and erase it, get rid of it. You don't.
Use it for educational purposes.
Exactly. Wow. Look at what we thought. Fucking. Why hasn't everybody fucking boycotted all of Disney?
Yeah.
Like, really? With fucking the original thoughts of Disney way back in the day, right? How he thought, you know, and all this good stuff. Like, honestly, I don't know if he changed before his death, but if he hadn't, then fucking he'd be rolling in his grave right now, seeing what all Disney's doing. Okay, because yeah, he was not a nice person,
No.
right? Not a nice person in today's standards.
Yes.
Okay, but nobody got a problem with the House of Mouse. Nobody got a problem. With that.
Why isn't all the Disney worlds like being boycotted? Nobody go. I know it's shut down right now because of the pandemic, but like why does that get a pass?
Yes.
Why does the $1 trillion organization that is Disney, between movies and amusement parks and all that shit, why haven't people boycotted that and said we're not doing that because of who that guy was?
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. You know, like we can go and we can grab anything and everything. And as I said, we can look for racism and we'll find racism anywhere.
Well, that's okay. It's the picking. It's the picking and choosing. Well, like maybe Disney's time is coming. Well, maybe it's just not here yet.
As I said, you know, we had the street names and the town names that were named after people who did some racist things in the past and all this good stuff. Okay, not good stuff. Fucking. Let's be clear. If this is the first time you're hearing us speak, that's just one of my fucking things. Like okay, but man, I'm fucking this up completely. Business names. Okay, I want to tell you a little story about a business in Caledonia that's going through some serious shit right now.
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay, did you hear about this one? So there was is a lawn and garden place called the Princess and the Yard Ape.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't get it.
No,
okay.
I don't really get it either. But apparently, you know, it was, you know, the whole yard ape thing. That's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Okay. We've touched on this many times before. If you're looking for racism, you're going to find racism.
Yes.
Okay. Even where there isn't racism. Okay. I've heard the term yard ape millions of times. I've been told I'm a fucking yard ape. You know,
what is a yard ape? I don't even know.
Someone who goes around and works on the yard, fucking gets it all nice and clean, and fucking does the grass, does the gardenings, and all this good stuff. Just you know, an ape running around, you know, fucking just fucking doing shit.
I've never even heard that.
But
saying, so
apparently, that's racist. Okay, and I think it has to do with the whole thing of black people being called monkeys at one point in time, or apes and stuff like this, and that's where people are gravitating to.
Yeah.
Okay. There was no racist intent at all.
Right. Intent.
Exactly.
Yes.
No racist intent at all. Hell, the whole reason it's called the Princess and the Yard Ape is because she was the princess and her husband was the fucking yard ape.
Right.
Okay. That was the thing. Okay. Because he kept apparently calling her a princess and shit like this, and she'd just call him a yard ape. Okay.
So we're talking about an evil woman is really what we're talking about.
Yes, an evil woman. Yes. That how dare she call her husband a yard ape? Okay, I mean, but they named the business that. But people are fucking up in arms. Stop looking for racism where there isn't racism.
Right. Okay. And stop painting everybody with that brush. Just because they make a comment or because they say something that you disagree with or does not fit your agenda. And people that aren't with this 10% of psychoticness that's going on, don't buy into it.
No.
Don't. Do your own fucking research.
Yeah.
Watch the videos, like from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Really think about what you're seeing. Watch movies for what they are.
Yes.
Right? Understand that when you're watching a movie like, what is it called? The fucking old one there?
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, thank you. Understand that, you know, put it in context of the time it was made.
Exactly.
Put it that it was, you know, one of the greatest, apparently, even though I can't fucking stand it, one of the greatest cinematic movies. You're looking at me like I'm a real asshole now because I just
not at all.
Gone with the Wind.
No, not at all, because it bored the fuck out of me too.
Yeah, again, like I don't want to watch it, but I also don't want it taken down because, like you say, people are looking for racism and everything right now. You know, like. And I don't even know, like, how do you get fucking politicians to stop? How do you get them to stop? Like, I
Well-
agree politicians should always be working towards change
Yeah.
and making the country better and more inclusive and more less racist or and blah blah blah, but you have to look at everything as
Exactly.
like you can't just jump on board with these fucking
No.
screamers and
No. And you know what? As I said right at the very beginning of this, we need to cancel media. That's what we need to cancel. Both left and right. All of them, shut the fuck up.
where would we get our entertainment from?
Oh, fucking everywhere else.
CNN
Right.
and Fox entertain the fuck out of me.
But like I saw the one meme on Facebook there, and I fucking 100% agree with it. You get rid of fucking CNN and Fox, and we'll sort our own problems out.
yeah,
You know, all our problems will suddenly go away.
yeah.
It's that simple.
They feed the fuel, but they're feeding the fuel of they grabbed onto a small group that's really loud
Yep.
and a little bit crazy, and they ran with it because it sells.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, folks, if you want to cancel us, have fun. Okay. I don't really care. Just fucking unsubscribe and fuck off. If you're offended by a whole bunch of stuff, fucking good for you. Congratulations. You're offended. Nobody else cares. But you know what? Let's leave a comment down below. Fucking let us know. Just what are your fucking thoughts on this? Because this is getting ridiculous. We've had enough. Fucking, I know I can't take it anymore. Every time I open up the news or fucking Facebook or anything like that, it's another fucking joke that I'm having to laugh at because people are getting ridiculous. All right. Make sure you follow us on our platforms and make sure you share with all your friends and family. Get them to subscribe and check us out. Well, until next time, we'll talk to you later.
later.
Why are you so offended?